Generations, Miami has been a haven for those fleeing communist tyranny in South Africa. I mean, if you take a look at what's going on in parts of South Africa, look at South Africa, what's going on. Look at South America, what's going on. You know, I'm not going to, we have a G20 meeting in South Africa. South Africa shouldn't even be in the Gs anymore because what's happened there is bad. I'm not going. I told him I'm not going. I'm not going to represent our country there. It shouldn't be there. Take a look at what's happening in different parts of South America. Take a look at what's happening in different parts of the world. But now the Democrats.
Imagine being told you don't belong in the room, not because you lack ability, but because of who you are or where you come from. That's what happened when U.S. President Donald Trump stood before an audience and said South Africa shouldn't be in the G20 anymore. But this video isn't about Trump. It's about Africa. It's about perception and power. It's about why Africa must not only defend its place at the table, but build its own. This is Make Africa Great, and today we're turning disrespect into a rallying cry for unity. At a conference in Miami, Trump referenced South Africa while discussing communism in Latin America. Then, in his typical blunt style, he said, South Africa shouldn't even be in the Gs anymore. The Gs, meaning the G20, a group of the world's largest and most influential economies. Now, some laughed, some dismissed it, but many, especially across Africa, were outraged. Because this wasn't just about economics. It was about erasure, about the casual dismissal of an entire nation's worth, and by extension, the worth of an entire continent. Mainstream media focused on the political side, but they missed something bigger. This moment reflects how parts of the world still see Africa as inferior, irrelevant, and incapable. And that, my brothers and sisters, is the real problem. Let's get clear on what the G20 actually is. The group of G20 is made up of the world's major economies, 19 countries plus the European Union. Together, they represent over 80% of global GDP, 75% of international trade, and about 2/3 of the world's population. It's not just a networking club. It's where real power decisions happen on global finance, trade, climate, and development. South Africa is the only African country currently in the G20. That representation matters. Without it, Africa's voice risks being silenced in conversations that shape our planet.
So when Trump says South Africa shouldn't be in the G20, what he's really saying is, Africa shouldn't have a say in the future of the world.
Let that sink in. South Africa isn't perfect. No country is. But it has earned its place. As one of Africa's most industrialized nations, South Africa plays a major role in mining, leading globally in gold, platinum, and rare earth minerals. Finance, hosting a sophisticated banking sector. Leadership, serving in peacekeeping, diplomacy, and the African Union. Its GDP, trade relationships, and infrastructure make it a gateway to the continent. But more than that, South Africa carries symbolic weight. It represents Africa in spaces where others aren't allowed in. When one African country is dismissed, it's all of us who feel the impact. This isn't just about one speech, it's about a long history of underestimation. For centuries, Africa was seen as a continent to exploit, not one to respect. Despite contributing so much to global civilization, from ancient Egypt to African mathematics, music, and culture, we're still fighting for basic recognition. Trump's words reflect a mindset that's still alive in parts of the world, a mindset that sees Africa as less than and unworthy of a seat at the table. But guess what? That mindset is wrong. Africa is rising. With a population set to double by 2050, a youth-led tech revolution, and growing intra-African trade, the future of the world runs through Africa. It's time we act like it. So what do? We unite. We stop waiting for validation from outside powers and start building our own systems of respect and influence. The African Continental Free Trade Area is already in motion. The AU's Agenda 2063 is laying the foundation for one passport, one market, one voice. But this is not just about policy, it's about pride. Pride in our history, pride in our cultures, pride in being African. Let every insult be a reminder. We still have work to do, not just to prove them wrong, but to prove ourselves right. A united Africa isn't a fantasy, it's a mission. So when they say, "You don't belong," we respond, "We're just getting started." If this message resonates with you, don't just watch, act. Hit that like button. Subscribe to make Africa great. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. The road to unity is long, but every voice matters, and yours is powerful. Africa will rise, and when it does, the world will have no choice but to listen.
Yes, here we are. That is Mr. Donald Trump. After threatening Nigeria to invade militarily, now Donald Trump is threatening to remove South Africa from G20. Donald Trump said on Wednesday, South Africa should not be in the group of 20 major economies anymore, repeating that he will not attend a leaders summit there later this month during the Africa countries rotation presidents of the group. Brothers and sisters, you know that Nigeria and South Africa are biggest economic countries in the continent of Africa. But look how Donald Trump is treating these major African economies. And that's why I have been saying and telling African leaders, as long as we continue under this division, no one will respect us. At any time, anyone can threaten us, can invade us militarily, can disrupt our agendas. And that's what Mr. Donald Trump is saying. If you try to imagine, what if Africa is a united? Can Donald Trump say what he's saying? To refuse to come to Africa is disrespecting of Africa. But you see African leaders traveling to US. Can one day African leader, anyone, say we are no longer going to attend UN General Assembly in Washington because US is disrespecting Africa? So, kings and queens, this is the disrespecting of the highest order. And that's why you saw leaders such as Charlie rejected to attend the UN General Assembly because of disrespecting of Africans, black people. So, kings and queens, if you have something to share with us, please do so through the comment section. And please share this video to other Africans here in the continent and to those who are in the diaspora. It is painful. It is painful to see that we Africans, we are disrespected. But all in all, it's because of disunity among yourselves. This is humiliation of the highest order to the people of Africa. I know Trump understands what he's doing, and he knows very well that Africans will do nothing because Africans and many African nations still depending on US. We depend on US for intelligence. We depend on US for military. We depend on US for technology, for GMO food, for medicine. We depend on US for many things. Even market, our products are being sold to US through something called AGOA. So if you speak or we oppose what Trump or US is talking about, your country will be removed from AGOA. And that's why you see Trump can stand up, can speak anything about African countries. He started with Nigeria. You remember what he said? Now he's speaking about South Africa. We don't know who is the next. So this is how Africa or African nations are being treated outside there. It's not about Trump. It's about the way Africa looks like. We are looks like weak beggars. So no one can respect us. So my suggestion to African leaders, please let us come together. Let us unite. If Trump will say he will not come to South Africa because there's something that is not okay according to him, let us even Africans say we will not go to US. And that's why you see a leader such as Captain Traore refused to attend the UN General Assembly in US because of disrespecting of black people and Africans. So, my dear lovely family, brothers and sisters, there is a need for we Africans to stand up and to come together and unite. Because if we don't unite, we'll continue to be treated as beggars, as weak people, weak continent, and anyone can do anything. I saw a few days President Lotto asking for 2 permanent seats in the UN Security Council. With that statement, brothers and sisters, do you think America can give Africa 2 permanent seats in the UN Security Council? Do you think that will happen? So there's a need for we Africans to come together and unite. If Trump will say he will not come, let us leave him alone. Let us, we Africans, come together and unite. African leaders, I'm speaking to you. Let us unite. As long as you continue under this division, you will continue to be treated the way you see Trump is treating us. I remember one time Trump said there's a need for Africa to be colonized again. You remember? So my only call for Africans and for our leaders, African Union, I know African Union is being sponsored by the West, even US itself. So African Union will say nothing, but you see, this is the reality. So we need to come together, Africans, brothers and sisters. We need to unite, because without unity, without coming together, no one will respect us. After that, I have no more to share. Thank you for watching. If you have something you want to share with us, please do so through the comment section. And if you're new in this platform, make sure that you join this big family of Make Africa Great by subscribing in this platform. And after subscribing, please like the video and share this message to other Africans here in the continent and to those who are in different parts of the world. Thank you. Have a nice time.